Easy and shrimp, $5 met some girls from Guatemala, now they trying to holler.
Now before they wouldn't bother, now I'm trying to be a scholar, cause she giving all the knowledge to me.
Knowledge to me.
Doing her work every night of the week.
Night of the week.
Like she chillin' up at college with me.
College with me, but we cruising, man. Rolling up at 430. Kush same color as a Kobe Road jersey, or a throwback worthy. Giraffe ass high, fresh breeze just passing us by. Cause I'm cruising on a Sunday afternoon. I got my good shoes on, ain't got no bad news. Here's what you say to the lady. Let me squeeze you, let me hold you. Let me squeeze you, let me hold you. Why? Cause I don't wanna leave this party, baby, without you. What you waiting for? Hop in the ride.
Okay.
What you waiting for? Hop in the ride. So I arrive at a party at 9. I reside beside Sim. Think on the fly. Time's on our side. But look again, then it's 11 p.m. Chalk it on the board. Time to sin. Let's begin. Hey, you kinda cute, and I got the loot to befriend both you and your girlfriend too.
You single Tim Jones?
Well, that depends. Just then she turned to a friend and she said,
I really like him.
Say word.
I really like him.
Oh yeah.
I really, 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 really like.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to JCT TV. I'm Papa T. We have an outstanding show lined up for you today. As in always, we'll visit the platforms of The Process and Godly Endeavors with Jatrice Godly and Mr. Cisco, a.k.a. Francisco Ramos. With that being said, starting out, as in always, we'd like to give a great big shout out to Sky Studios for opening up the door so we can come in and kick in the door for you, and you. We want to give a great big shout out to M&M Studios on our collab to make it do what it do. Also, we want to give a shout out to that chief engineer and spectacular individual, none other than Big Al, making it do what it do, creating the magic that you see surrounding us here today. With that being said, we're going to be on the subject matter today of success as it applies to structure and restructure. And we know that the element of creating anything, it has to be established upon a sound foundation if you want it to be successful. If you want to see how high a building is going to be erected, simply look at how deep the foundation is being dug to be built upon. And that will let you know what type of success you're dealing with. So if you're dealing with mental or emotional success, it's the same thing. It has to stand on the foundation of something. And what stands on the foundation, or the foundation is here, not only is it success, but it's the beginning element, which is data or information. With that being said, I'm going to jump out your way, and I'm going to head directly over to the platform of The Process, and hopefully you'll enjoy this information.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Miss Pat. I'm right here with my co-host,
Damien, a.k.a. Young Face.
and today we're going to talk about success as it relates to structure and restructure. So with that being said, I want to get started talking about the structure of society and the economy right now.
The structure of the economy right now?
And as well as society. What do you think? What's the state of being? What's the state of things?
It's in an uproar right now, I believe.
And why is that?
Why? Well, I say the jobs right now are just letting anyone run rampant through their companies. Let me see. This is a hard topic, really. Especially when I want to implicate the struggles that I've come to manage to make through as far as this success. I know I may be going off and on topic, but let me see if I can actually.
All right, so to bring you back on topic, success as it relates to structure and restructure. And I started off by asking you about your thoughts on the structure of society and the economy. But you know what? Let's talk about our own backyard. What is the condition, the mental condition the physical conditions of your fellow man and woman?
They don't know each other. They don't know who they are.
Do you say their lives are structured, or do they need to be restructured?
Everything need to be restructured. We was taught wrong. And being that we was taught wrong, I've come across the answers to put us back on the right track.
As far as restructure?
Yeah, as far as restructure.
And some of the answers, what are some of the answers? Share those with us.
Well, first off, you have a birth date, and you was actually born. So were you born or were you birthed? So it goes back to the word that God gave you. And when God gave you the word, it goes back to spells. Now everyone walking around with spells, they want to know how they come about. Well, it goes back to grammar. And where all of this comes from television programs. So you got the program, television is giving you a program, which is changing the grammar. You're growing up watching it, being left in front of it, because your parents, well, actually your mother and father, but they gave you a word parent. So they go to another spell cast on you. You're a parent now.
Pair who rents.
A pair who rents. So it's like you got to unlift all of this. You have to give everything that they taught you. You got to get rid of everything that you've been taught. And you have to learn as a baby on your own. You have to learn how to walk. Crawl on your own to walk. Again, to accept the destruction that is caused. I can't even speak to you now because I'm trying to speak English and I don't speak legalese. So I'm not speaking my native tongue. If I was speaking my native tongue, then there would be no problem. An application, when you go get an application, you don't even know what the word means. Application means you're applying to someone else's grammar, the structure, success, not yours. Your success is gone.
No, it's not gone. It's not gone, not by a long shot.
Well, that's
Their
true.
success is not gone.
It's not.
And there is still a chance for us all to achieve success, for us all to have financial freedom, for us all to be completely free, period, to get up out of the system, to get out of her, right?
Yes.
So yes, we can't tell the people that they don't have a chance of success. Everybody has a chance of a success, no matter how far along your journey of life you are. Everybody has a chance of success. And one point that you made regarding unlearning everything that you've learned, the trick knowledge that you were taught in school, right?
Yes, trick knowledge.
Now, the crew from the clock hour, we were all speaking amongst each other, and they were talking about that. They were touching on that issue. They said, so many people rebut and come back and say to me, how do you expect me to unlearn everything that I've learned? Okay, fine. You don't have to unlearn everything that you've learned, right? Because we go up to what? 21 years or plus, even beyond that, right?
Yes.
With their trick knowledge.
Yes.
So you don't have to unlearn everything. That's too much. But what you can do is just accept the fact that you were misled. You were lied to.
That's the key word.
You weren't
accept.
given right knowledge. You were given trick knowledge. So when we went to public school, could have been public school, could have been private school, doesn't matter. They are setting you up to be a debtor,
Yes.
all right? Because everything is about charters, right?
Yes.
Everything is about them doing this mirror image where they just flipped it. They flipped it and they made we the people think that we were debtors. We the people were creditors, huh?
Yes, we are creditors.
We have endless wealth, endless resources, right? We have everything up above and below the earth. It's all ours, right?
Yeah, so how do we get there?
We know how to get there.
I know we know how to get there.
And that's what we're going to tell the people. We're going to show the people, slowly but surely, how to get there. Because, yes, where there's a will, there's a way.
Definitely.
Right?
Yes.
We found the way. So now we just need the willpower to get it done, right?
That is the hard part. That's why it was such a trick. I say that was a trick question. It's not really a trick question. It's just hard because you have to actually get to the origin of where it all stems from. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it all stems from. It stems from your vocabulary, your teachings and everything. You know, words change right in front of you. You know, so you're receiving contracts, and do you know exactly the 10 rules of a contract? First off, there should be no verbs on there. It should just be straightforward.
What about the part about full disclosure, which they're not giving us when we're entering into these contracts?
Yes, a lot of
We're not
these
getting full
contracts are
disclosure.
cohesion.
Right?
Yes,
Cohesion contracts.
cohesion
right?
contracts, yes.
Contracts of beneficence, like I said, because they're benefiting while we're getting screwed 5 ways from Sunday, and it's happening on a daily basis. But we can flip the script on all of that, right?
Yes.
Once we start to each one teach one. So as I'm here on this platform and I'm sharing this information with you, I'm sharing this information with the people, right?
Yes.
On an international scale here. So anybody has access to this information. So whoever learns from us, it's up to them. Go out and teach somebody. You don't have to force it on anybody either, because this information, sometimes it's hard for people to come into this information. Sometimes it's hard for people to accept the truth. People say, oh, I want the truth. Just be honest with me. Give me the truth. Give it to me straight. And when you do, it's just like, whoa, wait, hold on. You're going against everything that I was told to stand for, everything that I learned. Yeah, because it was all lies.
I can tell you, you know, there's a lot of propaganda, and that will hinder your process. But I could say this, you know, when you point the finger, it's not good, because it's 3 fingers actually pointing back at you. Yeah. So you really, like, when I was searching for the truth, I went, you know, and when I did come across the truth, I wanted to point the finger, and I was pointing the finger. Then you dig more and deep into it, and you find out, like, you know, all of this can be corrected. It's just you went down the wrong path. You know what I'm saying? I guess after elementary, that's when the party and all this, the fun starts. But all of this is elementary. All of this is when your teacher told you, those capital letters, you know those are corporations. And it's like, you know, you don't realize that your mail is coming to you in all capital letters in your name. And you're like, what is this? And then you got a big bill on the side of it, and it's like, that's a bill of credit. And it's like, you actually lost all your elementary, your sense of elementary, and you know what I'm saying, as you got older.
Well, you know what's very interesting now that we speak on contracts and then you talk on elementary school, because what happens after you graduate from high school? You get your
a degree,
cap and gown.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, you're going into banking, because I'm like, now you're bringing me to the 1099 CAP, you know.
The cap and
but
gown.
yes, you get the cap and gown, right?
Yes.
But now when we talk about contracts, as soon as you graduate from high school, you're either 17 or 18 years of age, right?
Yes.
They have you thinking that you're at the age of majority, which you're not.
No.
No. At that point, you're about to enter into your apprenticeship, right?
Yes.
But they have you thinking that you've reached the age of majority because they want you to contract. Why? Because they want the profit off of you, because you already know what comes with the contracts. You know what they do, right?
Yes.
With your promissory note and everything. We already spoke about that, right?
Yes.
And speaking of contracting, just dealing with Federal Reserve notes, that's an implication that you know the law. Because once you're dealing in Federal Reserve notes, they do assume that you do know the law. Once you're contracting,
they assume you know
law.
the law actually when you're 7 years old and you put pen to paper.
By the age of 7, that's another thing too. They expect you to not only be competent as far as the law, but you're also supposed to know how do I say this? Aim and shoot a rifle. You're supposed to be, your gun skills are supposed to be up there. You're supposed to be trained as far as how to manage a rifle. You have a right to bear arms, so yes. Right?
Yes.
So as far as structure and restructure, where it relates to success, it starts with us. It starts with you. It starts with me. It starts with everybody listening to us. Each one teach one. And that's what we're going to do. And then we can come together and do what needs to be done.
Yes.
And we will get that restructure. And we'll get right back to where we need to be.
Brought my smile back.
So with that being said, until next time, everybody, take care of yourselves and take care of each other.
Love and peace.
Peace and love.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, getting close to that time. We're jumping on the final platform for today, none other than Godly Endeavors, featuring Jatrice Godly and Francisco Ramos, a.k.a. I call him Mr. Cisco. He's something full of energy and of force and a source of data and information. And you see him around locally in the Connecticut area, especially Waterbury. And he's the flag guy, and he's always at charities and events, assisting, helping to make it do what it do. He's really a community guy. With that being said, out your way again, and I'm going to tell you we're going to actually leave you guys with this platform and say sayonara and good night. Pop to you. See you back here, same place, same time next week. Successful Way.
Everybody, how's it going? This is Jatrice Godly for Godly Endeavors, and I have my boy here, Francisco Ramos. And today's topic is success of structure and restructure. Now, we all know what all that means, but to bring it down is the fact of how your success is when it comes down to it. It's basically having the start of the foundation. So when you having to do some sort of structuring, it's having to understand where to start to actually go down the path of your journey. Or the fact of having a restructure means having to scrap, going back to the drawing board, or having to at least review what it is that the path that you're on and what you could be going in a different direction. So without further ado, I have my friend here, Francisco Ramos, having to take part in it. So let's go, boy. What's going on, man?
You got it. Hi, Jatrice. Thanks for having me on the show. So how we define there's many different versions of success. Well, it all starts with how far do you want to go in life and what are your goals? What are you trying to do? Because nevertheless, time goes one way, you can't get it back. And at the same time, so when things don't go your way, are you able to readjust, get back on track, or figure out another alternative? Because, if there's a will, there's a way. There's always something that's going to get in the way. But at the same time, again, it all depends how you apply yourself, whether it's time, money, resources, people, or if you have nobody and you only got yourself to rely on. But in the end, how motivated you are and how determined you are. Because most people could just throw in the towel and call that success. But it really depends, again, on how far you want to take it. But the true meaning of success is to really apply yourself and to try to make something out of yourself. And then you can also restructurize to make yourself something better. Because another way they say too, Jatrice, there is always room for improvement.
Right.
Because wherever you stand now, you can always be doing better in the future as time keeps going. Because, never settle for less, always push for more. The sky's the limit. But matter of fact, that's not even the limit because it goes above and beyond. There is no limit because there's always room for improvement. But at the same time, or you could just be an activist, so someone that always gets involved in community events, and it maybe just be a positive reinforcer, helping out people all the time. Because for example, with this weekend, I just finished coming back from a prostate cancer walk awareness. So as we had seen my ribbon here. Mm-hmm. So that's what was different about my outfit today, because helping bring awareness how we need to keep each other informed on how to stay healthy despite all these different things that are going on. So with all these different sicknesses, and aside from that, but then also this weekend we have the upcoming Amazon giveaway, which is tomorrow, that's going to help hundreds of families with clothes, clothing, food, and shelter, and bathroom products and whatever you need. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a lot to change people's lives for the better. And maybe just right there, a lot of people think that's success because they could always get free stuff. But, going back to you, how would you define being successful?
So for me, it's more like what I actually have made a plan for. So if I actually say I want to be better in my life aspect, that means my living arrangement, my lifestyle, my work environment, those are all things that I may want to improve on. I want change. I want something where I feel a little bit better about myself. I want to evolve. So that's one of the things, and I would actually take a look at everything that's going on, and at the same time actually having to choose where to start. So if I want to start where it's my career, then that's where I will start, because my career can actually lead me to better financial stability that I need to actually increase my finances for me to actually improve my other aspects of my life. And like you said, or it could be the fact that you want to be able to try to do some sort of fulfillment. And like you said, having to do volunteer work, having to be very active in the community, having to try to instill and enforce something that will be beneficial for the community, where, again, it can be somewhat beneficial to everyone else, including yourself in that aspect, where you're happy about doing what it is that you're doing, you're passionate about it, and at the same time, it's causing an improvement for everyone else right along with you for whatever type of situation that's going on at that time frame, and you get to move on to other things. So to me, it's more like the success in what I want in my life, where I feel like I have done what I needed to do and fulfill it, and I can be able to continue on. And I do agree about the fact that there isn't a limit, because I do believe that there's no limit to when it comes down to success. But when it comes down to health-wise, it's a catch-22, because there is a certain time limit. But all in all, there's still success when it comes down to whether it's going to be something good, where you're overcoming something, or otherwise, or something where you can actually be it's still in a bad term, but you're stable.
Right, because nevertheless, at the same time, so going back to work or whatever position you're at, another way to be successful is to improve on your skills, your work ethic, to really show, just go above and beyond. If you're determined, again, depends how determined you are. And then now you could become a supervisor or a manager and get paid more. Or if it's not even about the money, increasing finances, maybe because you want to be some sort of a leader, a dictator, and actually be in control to make better policies. What do you think is a better rule compared to what the legislators or what new laws may be coming out next year in 2025? Again, as I mentioned before, as time keeps going. Or at the same time, so we're going back to community service, maybe you want to start your own nonprofit, open your own organization, so you can figure out the requirements and maybe do things your way. Because sometimes with some people, they may not like how things are done and they want to try to do it their way. But instead of, nagging and complaining, no, we need to structureize this. Okay, well, maybe you could start your own and then you could do it your way, but then you got to know how to do things so you can stay on the right track. Because even just getting your high school diploma or GED, well, that's another thing. Side note, high school diploma and GED are the same value, but they're two different things. That's another thing people get mixed up, because from what I learned, they don't respect the GED as much as they do as the high school diploma. Just because it's like with a GED, you dropped out of school, you went back, but you didn't really get your high school diploma. But so it's just the title. But that's just how the system is. So if you for people that don't want to be labeled or anything like that, that's you gotta apply, structureize, get your diploma, go back to school, graduate, maybe go to college or pick up a trade, and then start saving money so that you can start setting the foundation, like you mentioned earlier, and then you could be able to be pushed on the right track. Because that's how you restructureize to structurizing yourself on the path to success. But then again, it all goes back to how determined you are. 1, 2, what is your definition of success? And how well do you want to apply yourself? Whether you want to work out of school, start a business, own your own company, or work for your family's company, or whatever you want to do. Or if you just want to work at McDonald's or Walmart, whatever you want to do. But it all depends what kind of a life you want to live and how you want to apply yourself.
Yeah, that is true, because it all comes down to how you feel, and if you actually are happy, you're comfortable to where you are. And again, like I said, for a lot of people, it means that they may want to make some changes where they feel like this is where they want to be. So some of them feel like it's a destiny. Others, it's more like a calling at times.
Yeah.
But it's all about the fact of having to start where you feel is necessary first before you can actually move on to any other part of your life in that aspect. Sometimes where you start, and as soon as you do, it may open up to a lot of things where it may actually lead you to actually start another project, but you can actually do both at the same time. So, but other than that, I feel like you should always plan out what it is that you want. You should take the time to actually understand what it is that you want to do. I mean, it starts with you. You're the one that's actually going to be doing the project. So it's basically kind of like a self-reflection, self-journey to what it is that you want to do and how you want to improve.
Right, because one last note on that, because I would just like to add, when sometimes people get lucky, like if you have a rich family, you could just work off your father's company or your friends, and then you get lucky. But you can't always rely on that forever, because you got to remember it's not your company, and they can let you go at any time. So you always want to rely on yourself to be on the path to success. So we'll end it there, folks, because the main way to be successful is about always relying on yourself and having a backup plan. So this way you will never fall behind and you can always secure success in the future.
Yep.
So thank you guys for tuning in, and have a great day, everyone.
Two-tone L-E-L-N-E-S-S-N, yes, we are the very best.
$7 popping collars, eating shrimp by the dollar. Met some girls from Guatemala, now they trying to holler.
Now before they wouldn't bother, now I'm trying to be a scholar, cause she giving all the knowledge to me.
Knowledge to me.
Doing her work every night of the week.
Night of the week.
Like she chillin' up at college with me.
College relief, but we cruising, man. Rolling up at 4:30. Kush, same color as a Kobe Road jersey. Or